So you are profoundly intuitive, you're profoundly sensitive, and you might feel like an alien in this world, okay? You might feel like you don't belong here, like you are a misfit, someone who is way too complicated. And maybe for you, this world is way too complicated because it is structured for neurotypical and, let's say, ordinarily sensitive people. And you come as someone who is different, someone who is entering the room, and in an instant you can feel everyone's energies. You can not only read and feel the energy, but you can maybe even see the energy. And this might be overwhelming. So what I learned through my own journey of accepting myself as a highly sensitive person, highly intuitive person, someone who is always connected to various levels of existence, not only the physical one. As I healed my trauma and learned how to regulate my nervous system, I started using all of that as my superpower, as my gifts. And I'm here to tell you that everything you consider to be the burden and issue and challenge in your life, for an example, being highly sensitive, is actually your power. The only thing you need to do is to learn how to use your energy, how to manage your emotions, how to transform your emotions, to alchemize what's going on inside of you. There is no need for you to protect yourself from other people, because the flow of energy that goes through your body is actually creative, it's actually potent, it's actually the life energy, the beautiful energy of creation. So there is no need for you to change yourself. There is no need to try to become less sensitive. By the way, that's impossible. It only leads you into disease because you're trying to stop the flow aggressively. And there is no need for you to change who you are, because there is nothing wrong with who you are. But you do have to learn the skills, the techniques, the approaches, the different mindset of an empowered empath, of someone who is conscious of their high sensitivity and knows how to use all of that, and even to improve based on all of that. So all of your talents, all of your gifts, and especially if you are an empath and highly sensitive person, you have many gifts to give to this world, and they're connected to your emotions, to your energy. And if you have all of these talents and that beautiful mission and that huge vision of what you want, you can see how the world can be. You can see what people need. You can feel into them. And if you have all of that, you have a sacred responsibility to learn these techniques, to learn these skills, to understand and practice how to ground yourself, how to reconnect with yourself. All right? So this is something that is connected. If you are a highly sensitive person, we need you in this world. We need you to show us how the complete human looks like. You are needed because you can have an impact on other people. You are not superficial, and therefore you will not be led in life by superficial reasons and intentions. You go deep, and that's what we need, because this society became very superficial, right? We became highly materialistic. We became addicted to pleasure, to instant gratification. It's all superficial, and it's leading us, the entire mankind, into destruction, to self-destruction and destruction of this world we live in. So we need people who are deep. So a little bit about me and my story. Ever since I was a baby, I was highly sensitive. I knew I was highly sensitive, and my parents also noticed this. So each and every touch, each and every sensation was intense for me. You know, they would touch me like this and I would go, you know, my nervous system was really in extreme sensitivity all of the time. And in time, because I was little and because I didn't get the healthy emotional skills and mechanisms when I was growing up, I had to shut that down. I had to numb myself. I had to learn how to suppress my emotions, how to suppress and block my energy in order to survive. Because feeling everything so intensely is exhausting. And it's also something that distracted me a lot. So in time, I learned that. And with that suppression of energy and emotion, I have suppressed and almost lost my intuitive powers and my connection to the divine, to the universe, to different dimensions and different forms of existence. And I have lost the connection with my soul as well. And I sank during puberty into deep depression and also anxiety. And that turned into a hormonal imbalance in adolescence. So a lot of health issues and a lot of issues in relationships, because I had to suppress that huge part of myself, my emotions and my energy, right? My spirit. I had to suppress that as a child, so I wasn't able to show up fully as myself in my relationships. It's impossible, right? Because the part of me was missing. And therefore, the relationships I had were highly dysfunctional. They were toxic, hurtful, both for me and for other people involved in those relationships. And this happens because we, as highly sensitives, we need to learn how to survive with all that intensity, and therefore we find ways, which are coping mechanisms. We go into the abandonment of ourselves through self-sabotage. We forget to take care of ourselves. We actually unlearn that. We go into people-pleasing. We go into various forms of manipulation, control. You know, there are different ways, but when we do this, we are trying to hold the huge amount of energy inside of us to keep it stuck, to keep it safe in our bodies. And this energy, because it doesn't flow, it turns into various blockages that are illnesses, that are conditions, that are various mental states, and that are really autoimmune challenges that we have in life, because the energy must flow. The emotion, energy in motion, each and every emotion has to flow through us. And it changes us, it empowers us, it heals us, it brings this human component to this existence, otherwise we will be like robots. So emotions are beautiful, they are incredible, but they need to flow, they need to move through us. So a couple of years ago, I discovered these somatic practices, I discovered healing techniques, I went so deep into it that I became a regression therapist and a healer myself. I researched this topic because there's a rebel in me that felt this is not the full picture. I cannot imagine myself living like this my entire life. I cannot be in pain. I don't want to. I don't want to suppress myself. I want to fully live. I want to fully experience life. I want to live an abundant, beautiful life full of joy, full of ease, full of grace, full of power. That's what I wanted. And in order to get there, in order to become a friend with my high sensitivity, in order to discover the true power of being an empath, I had to learn a lot. So this is the huge amount of information. There are a lot of materials, there are a lot of resources about all of this, and I'm unable to transfer all of that to you in just one YouTube video. Therefore, I'm starting a journey that will be an online program and also in a community called Monumental Me, where we will explore all of this through time, because we need time in order to adapt to this new way of both thinking and living. And that way is my high sensitivity is my superpower. That means that I have a huge capacity to feel and to therefore experience human life and to have an impact that is powerful as well. And this way of thinking also is my empathy is not here to drain me. It is not here to keep me in an exhausted and drained state. It is here to connect me profoundly, not to other people, not only to other people and to humanity, but to myself and to life itself. And this is huge. And it takes time to install that. Instead of many misconceptions, many misunderstandings, many judgments that you probably had in your life related to your high sensitivity and empathy. Maybe people around you, they weren't able to be with you in the same room because they knew that you can see through them, that you are intuitive, that you know what's going on, that you read the energy, not only the words and the actions. Maybe they tried to suppress this within you, and perhaps they succeeded. And maybe they were judgmental, maybe they called you a freak, someone who's just way too strange, way too unusual, and I heard this one a lot, incapable of being successful, incapable of living a beautiful life. And all of this is not true. It was just a projection. We believed those projections. We believed people when they told us that we are stupid, that we are clumsy, that we are incapable, that we are strange, that we are just weird, that we are aliens or whatever. We believed all of that, and that is deeply installed into our minds and our bodies, our souls, but it can be uninstalled. And we are doing that by learning how to regulate ourselves. What does it mean to regulate yourself? Okay, because I don't want you to lose the gift of hypersensitivity, of high sensitivity. I don't want you to lose the blessing of your intuition. I don't want you to lose all of that. I want you to use all of that. And being regulated simply means that you're still going to feel the full intensity of emotions, because that means to be fully alive, fully human. You're still going to feel those different energies. You're still going to collaborate and communicate with the universe in that way. But you'll also know how to be grounded, meaning how to connect with yourself, not to lose yourself and all of that, to remain aligned with your truth while you're experiencing life. You will learn how to find peace in every single emotion. You will learn how to stay stable, how to return to stability and integrity, no matter what you feel, no matter what is going on around you, no matter who is around and how intense, right? People can be intense energetically. That's how we are. But no matter what is going on around you and who and what is influencing you, you are going to be able to return to yourself and to find that stable point inside of yourself. And this is practiced. And that's why we need techniques. We need various approaches, especially the ones that are working with the body, like somatics, embodiment, breathwork, etc. We need all of those in order to be empowered empaths, in order to be highly sensitive leaders of impact and change and healing and blessings and beauty and art. Whatever you want to create, you can. Whatever you want to achieve, and in whatever sphere of life you want to be successful, you can be. This is your birth-given right to be a successful, fulfilled human.